The coronavirus vaccine Sputnik V has given Russia the kind of scientific breakthrough it hasn't seen since Soviet times. This clinic is in the fancy shopping mall in Moscow's Red Square. Maria Anakina and her friend just got their second dose, along with a free ice cream. She says her friends in Canada are jealous.
They would like also to make vaccine. As I understand, it's not time for them yet to make vaccine in Canada.
Sputnik V is turning out to be a commercial and political triumph for Russia too. With its effectiveness now validated by the medical journal The Lancet, countries from South America to the Middle East and Asia are cutting deals to either buy it or produce it themselves. In places such as the Palestinian territories, Russia's vaccine is now seen as a way out of the pandemic.
We are happy we took it.
This week, they were vaccinating doctors and frontline workers at a hospital in Ramallah.
There's so many trials, so many research to get this vaccine, and we respect this effort.
In fact, Russia jumped the gun and authorized Sputnik V long before there were successful stage 3 trial results to report, and exaggerated its effectiveness based on what was known. But that doesn't seem to matter now.
We know Russia is an advanced country. Russia has its a long hand in the research and in the clinical fields.
It makes good sense to buy more Sputnik V, says a top health official.
When we speak about Pfizer or Moderna, it's more than a half less cost, yes.
There's been a U-turn in attitudes towards the Sputnik V.
Russian state media went into gratification overdrive as the European Union now too considers approving Sputnik in what political scientist and global health expert Judy Twigg calls a soft power win.
The Kremlin is having a whole lot of challenges in other areas right now, but this is one completely unvarnished, unmitigated win that they can point to right now.
Still, whatever the merits of Russia's vaccine may be, for some countries accepting it remains politically toxic. The Prime Minister of Lithuania, Russia's tiny neighbor, tweeted that President Vladimir Putin is using Russia's vaccine as a hybrid weapon to divide and rule. And Ukraine, one of Europe's poorest countries with few vaccine options, has nonetheless banned Sputnik V outright. Ukraine's health minister told us those countries talking about using Sputnik V did not have territory taken from them by Russia, nor have thousands killed by Russia, referring to the 7-year-long Russian-fueled war in the country's east. Ukraine continues to be overwhelmed by COVID, but IT worker Leonid Kolota says nothing is worth using a Russian vaccine.
If it, in the end, only one Sputnik V, it's one of the world vaccine, I don't bother.
Judith Twigg argues Western nations can't afford to let Russia fill a vaccine vacuum with Sputnik.
Is the United States and the Western world have to get much better very quickly at presenting an alternative.
One of the ironies of Sputnik V is that it may, in fact, be more popular outside of Russia than at home. There's still a huge amount of vaccine hesitancy here, even with the promise of a free ice cream. Chris Brown, CBC News, Moscow.